Welcome back to Shift Your Shit with me, Marielle, here to kill your fear and deeper mind and to activate you as you are showing up for you and listening to this and taking your precious time. My intention is that this finds you well and that it really creates deeper change in your life, that you see the reality within, so without. When we shift what is going on in the mind within, we get to see our reality change outside of ourselves. So, with further ado, let's get into today. Today is about relationships. And so often when we hear that word, we think about relationships outside of ourselves. And yes, although of course in the reality we live, there's many relationships outside of us. We get to start with the one within. So within, so without is one of my favorite sayings. When we forget to go inward first, we're missing the key to unlock the most incredible relationships that we can have transform our inner world and outer world. So today, I invite you to get still with me and to really get clear and kill some fear around relationships. So without further ado, I want you to think about your relationships right now. Are they feeling of lack? Are they feeling of abundance? Take a moment to notice the relationships you do have, the ones that have shifted, the ones that maybe you appreciate that have come and gone. If we look at our relationships as teachers, just for a moment, I want you to think about these people. What if they weren't actually real? Now, before we get all crazy here, just a way of thinking. What if they are just a metaphor of a teacher of your awakening? And they're here brought to you to help you kill your fear, to help you strengthen the relationship with self, with yourselves. So for a moment, think of a relationship that you have that maybe is not ideal for you right now. Think about it as a teacher. Take the person out of it for a moment and notice how they're treating you, not what they're saying, what they're doing, or their actions, but what are you making it mean? From their actions, from their words, from their behaviors, what is coming up in deeper mind that you're making it mean? For example, they're saying something about you that you feel like is not true. Maybe you feel misunderstood. Or they're saying something and you're feeling like you're being punished or you're in trouble. What is the narrative going on? Because that is the inner work to work on first. When we shift the inner work, we then can see the outer shift. And yes, those people and the way that you relate to them can and will change based off how the work you're doing inside is operating. So for a moment, again, think about that relationship. Take the person out of it. Maybe even do a fun little game where you make them someone that you are appreciating right now or that it is a good relationship. Replace the player with someone completely different or a stranger. And then see again those behaviors, actions, words being shared to you. And notice, what am I making it mean? That is where we start the inner work. Where am I feeling that from self, which is a sense of lack, which again is from programs and conditionings, because again, you are whole and complete just as you are. The feelings of lack is a learned experience from your environments, from your own mind that is not you, from the people, from the communities, from things like TV, music. Everything that you are taking in is information, is television, tele-vision. You're creating visions, you're seeing visions outside of you, and we get to get intentional about what we are taking in. So again, for a moment, going back to that reel that you have with that person, what would it be like if it was a different person doing it? Or no person at all, but going, what am I making this mean right now? And I invite you to take 5 minutes to meditate on that, and we'll do an activation at the end with this concept to really move the needle forward of your within, so without. And maybe you'll see that relationship change as you change the game in the deeper mind. So let's take a moment to pause and take a big deep breath in. And exhale, release. And for a moment, we're also going to send light and love and appreciation for this teacher whoever showed up for you. Because again, they are helping you awaken and strengthen, a new word, your next level you. I thank you for being a teacher for me. And what would it be like to forgive this person or to see them in a different light? And before we go into the activation, just for a moment, something you're actually grateful for them, something maybe they have done. Our minds will automatically focus more on the negative than positive. So we get to decide for a moment, what is something they actually do well? What is a trait you do appreciate? And notice how that feels different. What we appreciate appreciates. When we keep playing the same narratives and stories in our mind about somebody, we literally are creating that to continue. My dad's a narcissist. My brother is rude to me. My mom doesn't care about me. You're playing that reel to create more of that. So change the narrative about the person. Find something that you haven't fed the mind yet. If you're feeding a dog dried up dog food versus home cooked food, which I know many people do, there's a different outcome there. So start feeding the mind more the delicious food than the dry food. Let's go ahead and get into the activation. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in and exhale, release. Bring this person to mind and see them. And there's going to be a color light that's surrounding them that represents who they really are before their programs and conditions that have them responding in the way that they are, which is nothing to do with you. See them in this new light. See them as a newborn baby or a puppy. And just notice. Bring to mind that trait or something that you admire in them or something that they had done that you found to be inspiring, kind, useful. And just see them as a soul, no body, no mind, maybe just that color that came to mind first, just like a floating color. What would it be like to interact with this as a dance with you and that color, regardless of what's coming from it? Can we send love and light and appreciation? Thank you for the teacher of this, of you. Thank you. You get to say, pause, what a gift that you come to me to help awaken me. And maybe, just maybe, tapping into right now what I make it mean when they connect with me. What can I shift to shift this narrative? That I don't feel good enough, I don't feel heard and seen, I'm in trouble. How can I show myself that that's actually not true? Not to have them and to prove it to them, but to prove it to you. And there's going to be one small action to take in the next 24 hours that's going to come to mind that you're going to show you that meaning making that you had occurring in the mind, you're going to shift it with an action. Because movement creates momentum. What's one thing that you can do to show yourself the falsity of the meaning making of that teacher? And for the last moment, you're going to go back to that color that they now are, the floating soul, and you're going to do something to acknowledge it to also awaken it, just an appreciation to it. You get to be the creator of what you do with it. Do you wave it off? Do you hug it? Do you high-five it? Do you embrace it? Do you run through it? Don't forget about your imagination. Magic Nation. As kids, we were so good about it, and we forgot along the way, got serious, got away from our play. So play with it right now, in some way. And repeat to the mind, either out loud or in your mind 3 times, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One more final deep breath in. And let that color go through the mind, down the neck, down the chest, through the spine, down the legs to the toes, and wiggling the fingers and toes if you can. Thank you for showing up for you and for awakening who you really are and seeing this person for who they really are. Moving through your own deeper fear of the lack that was never yours, coming back to your whole, complete, abundant self, abundant cells. I intend that this finds you well and that person well. And we wish others well and we forgive. We strengthen our being and we strengthen theirs too. It's a win-win in this world. And I'm grateful for you being on the journey along the way to kill your fear, shift your shit, and see the world within also change for that. You got this, and I'll see you next time.